From Washington, D.C., this is the TVNews.TV for Wednesday, April 13th, 2011. Brought to you by the Turner Alumni Group Mega Celebration, happening in Atlanta this November. For more info, head to Turner Alumni Group Celebration on Facebook. Hello, I'm Jeff Grimshaw in Washington. It's Wednesday, and that can only mean the Programming Pulse with Susan Hibben. But before I toss to her, I wanted to give you a sort of mini review from both a content and a marketing perspective of what I believe to be one of the best miniseries that's come to television in a very good long while. And that's Reelz Channel's The Kennedys. Now sure, some critics have just raked it over the coals for being egregiously historically inaccurate. But as an unpublished American historian, and I have the unpublished manuscript to prove it, we'll talk about that later, I can only find a select few instances of the Kennedys taking artistic license with actual history. Now, the Kennedy family may have loathed some of the behaviors displayed within the Kennedys miniseries, but I thought it made the family, well, look human. The acting. I can be a real tough critic, but I found the acting to be superior all around. For instance, Greg Kinnear, he was tabbed as wooden, Katie Holmes, lost, and Barry Pepper, overzealous. Well, think about who they were playing. Jack, Jackie, and Bobby Kennedy. And you know what? That's how they were. As a baby boomer who in my formative years experienced the turbulent history of the 60s, I was more than moved by the Kennedys. From a marketing standpoint, this has just been a stroke of genius for Reelz Channel. Exponentially incremental consumption has been achieved, and we hope that plenty of new audience has been recycled into Reelz Channel's signature series. We at the TV News just want to say thanks to Reelz for rescuing the Kennedys, and to whisper to history, we think you missed the boat on this one, because we're certain that post-baby boomer generations are far better off being entertained by historical drama rather than mindless drivel about axemen and swamp people.
The Programming Pulse is brought to you by Way Out There. Now's your chance to get the Tonight Show of the paranormal. That's Way Out There.
So, how do I look? No, what I'm trying to say is that Style Network has announced a new series this September that will seek out the worst dressed people in America, and it's called How Do I Look? Memo to Style. Limit your shooting to airliners, and you can't help but find the worst dressed people in America. Okay, for anyone who wants wall-to-wall coverage of the royal wedding, here's what you do in the early morning hours of April 29th. Put on a blindfold, turn on your TV, and it doesn't matter where you click because it seems that every TV network has comprehensive coverage. Queen's Wave. And finally, want a quick peek behind the scenes at the next season of Curb Your Enthusiasm? Last in New York. Last in New York. Yeah, I made that up. Okay, have a look.
I think this season is going to be our best season.
You don't know.
I do know.
Nah, you don't know.
I do know.
All right. I thought that after last season, having the Seinfeld cast on, we needed to do something slightly different, and New York seemed like a good idea.
It's much more in your face.
The city is dirty. It's very honest. See that shit? What up, Playboy?
We had a softball game, like 110 degrees out. Fortunately, I don't sweat. Is that a good thing?
It's funny characters put in real life situations and exaggerated beyond belief.
That was Parkinson's too, I suppose?
There's a kernel of goodness in there. He's not a bad guy. If he's a bad guy, we wouldn't relate to him and we wouldn't think it was funny.
I think I have a scuffle or a fight in every show.
You don't touch Michael J. Fox, you understand? You do it again, we're gonna have a problem.
There'll be a smackdown.
We're gonna resoundingly kick your ass today. I hate to actually state publicly that I enjoy anything, but it is a great deal of fun.
LD and Curb fires back up on HBO this July. I'm Susan Hibben, and I'll see you next and every Wednesday right here on the Programming Pulse.
Oh yeah, you bet. The TV News wants to connect with you on Facebook, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn. And here's how you do it. FYI, you can now pick up the official TV News branded swag by clicking on this link at thetvnews.tv or at thetvnews.tv on Facebook. Did you know that the TV News Weekly Hispanic Media Report is the only regularly scheduled video report about Latino TV and much more? Just another reason why you should be a sponsor of the TV News. Shoot us an email at advertise@thetvnews.tv and let's get started. And that about does it for this edition of the TV News. We will be back tomorrow with top news and a couple of very interesting observations. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. We thank you very, very much for watching, and as always, go out and make it a good day.